Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something called STATCOM UPS systems.
Right.
Now stick with us. It might sound a bit technical, but think of it like this. These aren't just your average backup power supplies.
hmm
We're talking about systems that combine, traditional UPS functions keeping the power flowing, but they also actively work to keep the voltage steady.
And manage reactive power, which is crucial.
Exactly. They're sort of the unsung heroes ensuring our power grid stays reliable and, well, our sensitive electronics don't just fizzle out.
That's a really good way to put it. And it's not just about preventing blackouts, is it? These systems are becoming fundamental to the grid's overall health, especially with all the changes in how we generate energy now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the growth figures really highlight that importance.
They really do. Our deep dive today is based on this fascinating report from Cognitive Market Research. It just came out May 2025. And the numbers, they're pretty striking.
Yeah.
So the global market for these STATCOM UPS systems was valued at $715.9 million in 2024.
Okay. Decent size.
But it's projected to just skyrocket to, get this, $2,429.2 million by 2032.
Wow. That's huge growth. What's the rate on that?
It works out to a CAGR of 16.58%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, explosive. Okay, let's try and unpack what's really driving that.
Well, a huge factor is renewables. Solar, wind, great for the planet, obviously, but they can be intermittent, cause voltage fluctuations on the grid.
Right. They're not as predictable as a traditional power plant.
Exactly. So STATCOM UPS systems step in. They act like shock absorbers, smoothing out those fluctuations.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then there's just our growing dependence on sensitive electronics. Think about data centers. Even a tiny glitch is a disaster.
Oh, yeah, it's like...
Or advanced manufacturing lines, healthcare. Everywhere, really. Consistent clean power isn't just nice to have, it's essential.
So it's moved beyond just having power to needing quality power.
Mm.
Stable, clean power. That really resonates when you think about all the complex tech we use.
Precisely.
So our mission today really is to look past the technical stuff and understand who the key players are in this booming field and what makes them tick, what makes them successful.
Exactly. And that cognitive market research report, it does a good job of identifying the leaders, the main manufacturing companies driving this market.
All right, let's get into it. Who are these power players? The report names 5 key companies, starting with the current leader, ABB Ltd. They've got a big slice, 17.2% market share. What's their secret sauce?
Well, with ABB, it's partly their history, They have deep expertise in power electronics generally. Grid stability, reactive power solutions. They've been in that game for a long time.
So they have that foundation.
Right. And because of that, their STATCOM UPS systems are really trusted in critical sectors. We're talking utilities, railways, big renewable projects, and industrial manufacturing.
And the report gets specific about their strengths.
Mm-hmm.
It mentions things like fast response times, low harmonic distortion. What does that actually mean for, say, a data center manager?
Okay, so fast response means the system reacts almost instantly to voltage dips or surges. Your servers, your equipment, they might not even register that there was a problem.
Okay, seamless.
And low harmonic distortion. Think of harmonics as like electrical noise on the power line. It can mess with electronics, even damage them over time. Low distortion means cleaner, purer power.
Got it.
The report also credits ABB with superior dynamic voltage control, keeping voltage steady even when the grid is fluctuating wildly. Plus, things like integrated monitoring, being smart grid ready, and having a modular design, which means they're flexible and easier to scale up.
That does paint a clear picture. Okay, a major force. Next up, General Electric GE. They've got 14.6% market share. Another huge name, obviously. What's their angle in this space?
GE's focus is very much on grid stability and ensuring that uninterrupted, high-quality power. You see their STATCOM UPS solutions often tailored for really big projects, utility-scale energy, complex industrial automation, and those truly mission-critical facilities we mentioned.
Right, where failure is absolutely not an option.
Exactly.
And their key strengths. What makes them stand out?
GE really pushes their fast dynamic reactive power support. That's about stabilizing the grid very quickly by managing reactive power flow. They also highlight voltage stabilization, enhanced fault ride-through.
Fault right through. What's that?
It means the system can keep operating, or at least supporting the load, even if there's a major disturbance or fault on the main power grid. So more resilience.
Ah. Okay, important.
Yeah. Plus, advanced control algorithms for precise management, a really robust, durable design for reliability, and good integration flexibility with different grid setups.
Makes sense. Okay, moving down the list, Siemens AG, they hold 12.7% of the market. The report mentions their SIP-Link and SVC PLS platforms.
Yeah, those are essentially Siemens's core technology platforms for reactive power compensation and voltage support. Their STATCOM UPS solutions are built on that foundation.
So like their underlying tech engine.
Pretty much. And you find their systems across the board: industrial grids, renewables, data centers, even transportation networks.
And what are their hallmarks, their main strengths?
Siemens is, known for precision engineering. That carries over here. Sophisticated digital control systems are a big one. They also focus heavily on real-time condition monitoring for proactive maintenance, minimizing any potential downtime.
So predicting problems before they happen.
That's the idea. They use modular designs, too, for scalability and employ predictive analytics to try and anticipate issues. It's that blend of solid hardware and smart software.
Interesting. Very proactive. Okay, next is Hitachi Energy Ltd. with 9.4% share. Their approach sounds a bit different, something about a hybrid model.
Yes, that's right. Hitachi Energy often integrates energy storage batteries, typically directly with their power electronics in the STATCOM UPS.
Ah, so storage is built right in.
Often, yes. It allows for even faster, more precise grid support, because you have that stored energy ready to deploy instantly. Their solutions are common in electric utilities, heavy industry, and also in HVDC systems.
High voltage direct current.
Yeah, those big transmission lines for moving power long distances. Hitachi is strong there.
And their key advantages.
They often promote compact designs, which is great where space is tight. Also, very high-speed response, smart diagnostics for maintenance, and modularity for scaling up or down. They're also really pushing digital twin technology.
Digital twins. Like a virtual copy.
Exactly. For simulation, testing, optimization before deployment, and during operation. And they have a strong focus on sustainability and overall reliability.
Okay, quite advanced. And the last of the top five is Ingeteam SA, 7.4% share. They seem more specialized.
They are, somewhat. Ingeteam has a strong focus on renewables integrating wind and solar, plus industrial facilities and general power quality issues. Their products are often highlighted for versatility, efficiency, and again, compact design, which is key in many renewable installations.
Yeah, they're unique selling points.
Customization is a big one for Ingeteam. They really tailor their systems to the specific grid conditions and the type of load being supported. They also point to their advanced control electronics, integrated monitoring, remote diagnostics capabilities, and making the interfaces user-friendly.
So very adaptable to the customer's specific needs.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the top five. Big players, clear strengths. But how did the report actually compare them? What were the key criteria?
Well, cognitive market research looked at several crucial factors. First, system responsiveness, how fast does it react? Second, efficiency, especially under dynamic loads, meaning when power needs are changing all the time.
Right, not just steady state.
Exactly. Third, how well does it integrate with renewables, solar, wind, storage? That's becoming huge. And fourth, naturally, is cost effectiveness. You need the performance, but the price has to make sense.
Fast, efficient, plays nice with green energy, and affordable. Makes total sense. The report also mentions fast switching speeds and low THD, total harmonic distortion.
Yes. Fast switching allows for those rapid, precise corrections we talked about. And low THD, again, means cleaner power output, which is vital for protecting all that sensitive equipment downstream.
So fewer glitches, longer equipment life.
Basically, yes. And as the grid gets more complex with renewables, that seamless integration is key. We're also seeing more emphasis on digital controls for better precision, modular designs for flexibility, and real-time communication with the wider grid for smarter overall energy management.
And it's clearly not a one-size-fits-all market. You mentioned tailored systems earlier.
Absolutely. A hyperscale data center's needs are totally different from a utility substation's, right? So companies that can offer customized solutions and back them up with strong service installation, monitoring, maintenance support, they have a real edge.
Right. The whole package matters.
Mhm.
Okay, so the top five seem pretty well established, but the report also flags some emerging players, potential threats. Who should we be watching?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's several companies making waves. You've got Hyosung Heavy Industries from South Korea, strong R&D, focus on smart tech, modular units, and they're pushing into Asia and the Middle East.
Okay.
Then there's NR Electric from China. They offer a pretty broad range of power electronics, often very cost effectively, and they're seeing good growth in places like Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America.
So definitely global field. Who else is challenging?
Mitsubishi Electric.
Yeah.
Huge company, diverse portfolio. They're leveraging that, focusing on energy efficiency, reliability, compact designs. They have a strong global service network already and are targeting North America and Europe more heavily in this space.
Right.
Also, Nidec Corporation, they're known for being quite innovative, especially in integrating STATCOM functions with energy storage and other power quality gear.
Okay, another one, blending technologies.
Exactly. And finally, Gemma Energy, based in Spain. They specialize in compact, high-efficiency units, particularly for renewables and smart grids. Big focus on customization, energy optimization, sustainability, mainly in Europe and Latin America.
It definitely sounds like a dynamic space, lots of competition heating up. So if you're one of these newer entrants or even someone else thinking about jumping in, how do you compete? What does the report suggest are the keys to success?
Well, a few key strategies emerge. First, you absolutely need cutting-edge tech. Focus on advanced power electronics, especially those integrated STATCOM UPS systems that solve multiple problems at once.
So technological leadership.
Yes. And that means investing in R&D. Think next-gen semiconductors, silicon carbide, gallium nitride for higher efficiency and smaller size. Plus, advanced digital controls, maybe even AI for grid diagnostics. That can give you an edge.
Innovation is critical. What else?
Cost efficiency, definitely. New players need smart sourcing, maybe local assembly, to compete on price without sacrificing quality.
Makes sense. Find those efficiencies.
And market focus. Strategically targeting high-growth emerging markets, Asia-Pacific, Africa, Latin America, perhaps through local partnerships, could be very effective.
Okay, where the growth is fastest.
Right, or specialize. Become the go-to provider for, say, integrating STATCOM UPS with offshore wind farms, or for solving specific stability issues in manufacturing. Find a niche and own it.
Build that focused expertise.
Exactly. And finally, sustainability. Aligning with environmental regulations, designing low-loss, efficient systems. That's increasingly important not just for compliance, but also for attracting customers who value that.
So it's a mix. Tech, cost, market smart, specialization, and being green. Sounds like a winning combo if you can pull it off.
It really does. It paints a picture of a market that, while led by giants, is definitely open to disruption through innovation and smart strategy.
And given those growth projections, nearly $2.5 billion by 2032, the incentive is certainly there.
Absolutely. The need for stable, high-quality power isn't going away. It's only increasing.
Yeah.
And the shift towards renewables and digitalization just fuels that further.
So fascinating stuff. It really feels like this technology sits at a crucial intersection of energy transition, grid stability, and digital reliance.
It absolutely does. Sustainable innovation and digital optimization are really going to shape the winners and losers in the coming years.
So here's a thought to leave you with. As our energy systems get, well, undeniably more complex, more decentralized, more reliant on these intermittent renewables, how will these continuous advancements in STATCOM UPS tech really impact the grid's future reliability, its resilience? And maybe what completely new applications might pop up as these systems get even smarter, maybe even cheaper. It's definitely a space worth watching. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.